Policy guardians, that's what we're talking about today. Policy guardians, some people may call it emergency contact chain, or some people may call it the beneficiary system. But what it is really just a way for you to be able to talk to more people, get in front of more people, and talk about life insurance. So the beneficiary system or policy guardians are individuals who, what you're going to do is kind of nominate, or the let's just say the person who gets the insurance, they're going to nominate for them to be able to reach out to you in the event that something happens, so that you can start the process of getting the benefits paid out. So we call it the policy guardians here because the people are going to be the policy guardians, and it's a simple method in which you can get, let's say, 4 of them really easily. So when you're taking the application, when you're in the interview with taking the application, you're asking the person for the beneficiary. So let's just say I'm taking the application. I'm on my computer. So Mrs. Smith, if something were to happen to you, who's the person you want to receive the proceeds? And she's going to say whoever it is. Okay, and what's their relationship to you? Okay, that's your son. What's the best number? Let me put his phone number here for the records. What's the best number for him for the records? Okay, all right. And then who would be the secondary beneficiary if something were to happen to him? Okay, and their relationship to you? Great. And what's their number for the records? Put their number in here as well. Okay, now generally what people do is they would have 2 emergency contacts in the event that if something happened to you. So what we want to make sure is that this plan, it gets paid out. So you probably heard that if no one knows about the benefits, then it doesn't get paid out. It may end up getting paid to the state. We don't want that to happen. So who would be 2 emergency contacts that that can reach out to me in terms of something were to happen to you? Most people, they may use their brother, their sister, or best friend or cousin. Who would you like to add as the emergency contact? Okay, and their name? Okay, last name, and what's their number? Okay, and who would be the other emergency contact? Right. Now I'm gonna stop here because if you're doing a final expense, you would stop there. But if the person has living benefits, you can just add on to there and say, in the event, this policy in which you're getting, it has living benefits. So if you had a heart attack, stroke, cancer, Mrs. Smith, these people, they can reach out to me, make sure that, I can start the process so that the benefits get paid out, because I know you're going to be concentrating on getting healthy. So what I'll do is let them know. So we can do is, do you want to call them, or I can put us in a 3-way text, let them know I'm going to reach out to them and tell them, they're well, not so much their obligation, but their role in this whole thing, because we need them to know who I am so that they can make sure that they reach out to me. I can make sure that the benefits get paid. All right. So you want me to do that? Well, I can reach out to them and leave them a voicemail. You can give them a call, leave them a voicemail. What do you think is best? Okay. Now, you can do that during any time you're taking the application. Now you have those 4 people, the policy guardians, and now you reach out to them and just let them know. Well, let me back up for a minute, because one of the things in which you can use here is the Final Wish Organizer. And the Final Wishes Organizer basically is a gift you can give to your clients. I can share it with you, where you have them, they can lay out the information in terms of everything they want to happen in regards to their final wishes. And I can send it to you. It's a document about like 16 pages long. So but it has different sections on there: the personal information, the banking information, the financial information, in terms of they can put anything that, regarding the life insurance policies, the banking information, everything in which they want someone to know. It's not a will, but it's an organizer so that everybody knows. Now, the way you present this is you can just ask the client and say, Mrs. Smith, let me ask you, have you ever heard of families that, they tend to break up, or they not speak to each other after somebody passes away because their affairs weren't in order? And now I'm quiet, let them speak, and then tell you about, that situation that happened or what they heard. So what you're asking, have you ever heard? Not have you ever experienced, but ask them if they ever heard. So now let them talk, and then let them relive those emotions. Let them relive that moment. Now you take that information, right, in which, you have for them, Ms. Smith, definitely understand, well, we're going to make sure that doesn't happen to you. So one of the things in which I'm going to send you is going to be the Final Wishes Organizer. Now, doing final expense with this individual, and they don't have internet, print it out. Print it out in color. If you have to go to Staples or someplace, do that, and then mail it to them directly. Turn this on. You want to mail it to them so that they have it. Okay, so that they have it, and they're able to fill it out. If they need help, you can fill it out with them, or you can encourage them to fill it out with one of the beneficiaries. But what you're going to do is the information that they gave you from that time where it was chaos from their aunt, their grandmother, their mother, you're going to use that when you call the beneficiaries. If you have that story, and reach out to, let's say, the son, and you say, listen, Johnny, I was with Mrs. Smith. She's getting a policy in place to be able to take care of her final expenses, or she's getting a policy in place to be able to take care of the mortgage in the event that if something happens to her, she wanted to make sure that the mortgage is paid off, or if she became sick and she couldn't work, she has the ability to take the money out to be able to make the mortgage payment while she's not working. Now, she wanted you to know all about it because she has you down as the beneficiary. So I wanted to introduce myself to you so that you know you can reach out to me if something happens, so I can make sure that the benefits they get paid out. Oh, so let me ask you this: has anybody ever done that for you? Do you have something like that in place? Okay, would you like to see how that would work out for you, or how that would apply to you? All right, let's set a time when we have, maybe about a half hour where I can share my screen with you, so that way we can go over and see what you have and show you how we can help you enhance everything in what you're doing. Now, or it's to say the person gave you the story, so you know what, Johnny, she told me about the time when your grandmom had passed away, whereas though it was chaotic, and then her and her sister weren't speaking to each other for a few years. Right? We didn't we wanted to make sure that didn't happen, so we gave her the final wishes organized to be able to plan everything out, so that way everything's in writing, everybody knows ahead of time. So if you want to help her do that, you can do that yourself. And I know you said that you're married and you have children yourself. And so if you want, I can give you one of those as well. So make sure that you have everything in order so everybody knows exactly what has to happen. That's kind of how you would handle that. Let's say with the person as you're doing the application, right? You're going to get those 4 beneficiaries. Now, one other place on here on that final wishes organizer, you can ask them, their religious affiliations. You can just ask them. Let me ask you, Mrs. Smith, is there a church in which is there a church what you're thinking about having your service at? Okay, and who's the pastor there? All right, and you write that down, really just as a religious affiliation. But if you ask the question that way, if there's a church that you're thinking about having a service at, who's the pastor, what you can do is you take that information, go back to the pastor and say, we have one of your members who, Mrs. Smith, and she actually took out a plan for life insurance to make sure that I just wanted you to know that if something happens to her, you can reach out to me, because we want to make sure that the family knows, that everyone knows that she has this life insurance, so that no one has to really come to the church and expecting the church to pay for it, right? Because I could imagine, your money's getting stretched thin when you have people, you have to do fish fries, or you have to do car washes. Just imagine trying to do a car wash in the middle of January for somebody who's actually just passed away. So we just wanted you to know that we have that in place. But by the way, do you have other members who could possibly use that idea, or be able to understand how this whole thing works? All right, if I'll be happy, if you want me to do it, I can come by, Pastor, or if you're not in the same town, same state, I'll be happy to put together a plan or show a program online and just show everybody what they can do, how it can benefit them, and how it'll be able to help the church keep their doors open a little bit longer. So that's just what we're doing there. Now, if you have old clients or clients that you already have, you can just go back to the client, tell them you're doing an annual review, and there's a couple things in which you need to add to the policy, just some information you need to gather, but also you want to be able to give them a gift, which would be that final wishes organizer. But we're also going to be doing another video, let you know about Tic-Tac-Go, which is different from Tic-Tac-Dough, because Tic-Tac-Dough is actually when you got the money. The Tic-Tac-Go is where we're going to show people how to be able to take a trip. So if you have any questions regarding this is the Policy Guardian. Now, if you have any questions regarding the Policy Guardians, how you would use it, or how you can start incorporating that with your old clients to be able to go back. Now you have a reason to call them now and be able to get 4 new referrals from those clients that you can follow up with those individuals and be able to start writing some policies. So if you have any questions regarding that, just reach out to me. Be happy to go over this with you. I do have an outline. I'd say a PDF. I don't have a PowerPoint, but I have a PDF that kind of breaks it down to be able to show you, and I probably can go back and redo it and add a script to it as well to be able to help you. Well, just let me know how I'm able to assist you. Talk to you soon.